Hello and welcome to News Across Nigeria. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Coming up on the program, Abia State Governor vows to clear his name, says he remains governor. Communities in Adamawa State. And the pensioners protest in Ogun and Benue states. We're starting off now with Electoral Matters, and the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has admitted receiving a notice of appeal from the Abia State Governor, Okezie Ikpeazu. The Commission, however, said the documents it received didn't contain a stay of execution order to stop the issuance of a certificate of return to Samson Oga as the next governor of the state. The electoral body had on Thursday issued a certificate of return to Mr. Oga as directed by a federal high court in Abuja on Monday. Justice Abang Okon had ruled that Mr. Ikpeazu submitted fraudulent tax documents when he filed papers to run for governorship ticket on the platform of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP. The electoral body, through its spokesman, Nick Dazang, however, explained that Mr. Ikpeazu's failure to provide a stay of execution order left the Commission with no choice than to issue the certificate of return to Mr. Oga. Meanwhile, Abia State Governor Okezie Ikpeazu says he remains the governor of the state. According to him, the Constitution gives him the right to appeal the case and wonders the rush surrounding the issuance of certificate of return to Mr. Uche Oga. Governor Ikpeazu, who was speaking at the government house in Umuahia, called for calm and support from all the people of Abia State as he expressed his confidence that the judiciary will do the needful. The governor dismisses the rumors that the federal government has a hand in the case. A federal high court in Abuja has granted bail to the former governor of Adamawa State, Mr. Umar Fintiri, in the sum of 500 million naira, with two sureties in like sum who must be property owners in the FCT. The said properties, which shall jointly cover the bail sum, is also expected to submit his travel documents with the court registrar. Now, the title document of the said properties and passport photographs of the sureties are also to be submitted with the registrar of the court. The court held that the position of the prosecution that Mr. Fintiri will jump bail if granted cannot hold because he had said in his affidavit that he had been on administrative bail as granted by the EFCC. As such, if the EFCC didn't express such fears when it granted him bail, why should it express it now before the court? Justice Ahmed therefore held that there is nothing before the court that will warrant it not to grant bail, and he therefore granted the accused person bail. A trial has since been fixed to commence on October the 6th this year. Moving on, the United States government, through its Agency for International Development, USAID, has delivered over 160 metric tons of seeds to over 6,000 households in Adamawa and in Borno states during the month of June. More than 60,000 internally displaced persons benefited from this effort, a collaboration between USAID, the Adamawa State Ministry of Agriculture, the American University of Nigeria's Adamawa Peace Initiative, and the Borno State government. The seeds, comprising maize, sorghum, millet, groundnut, and cowpea, were distributed ahead of this year's planting season. According to USAID and Nigerian Mission Director Michael Harvey, these distribution efforts are literally sowing the seeds for recovery and resilience of the IDPs. Heavy rain has destroyed property worth millions of naira, and thousands of families are rendered homeless, and that's in Yola, the Adamawa State capital. The State Deputy Governor, Mr. Martins Babali, who made an on-the-spot assessment of the affected areas, promised that the government will ensure that steps are taken to prevent such occurrence in the future.
Thousands of families were rendered homeless and property worth millions of naira were destroyed following a heavy downpour in the early hours of yesterday in Yola, the Adamawa State capital. The communities affected include Shagari Low Cost, Yode Pate, Bachure, Jambutu, Damilu and Damare, all in Yola South local government area.
Old women, our children, this morning they couldn't go to school. You see, if you take this one, it's about 1.5 kilometers away. Every house on this road is damaged. We couldn't eat this morning.
This is even in the state capital. When you go to the rural areas, the farms are gone, the houses are gone, businesses are suffering. So really, this is where I'm so disturbed about this and we need some help.
The Deputy Governor, Martins Babale, has visited the affected areas for an on-the-spot assessment and to sympathize with the residents.
This is the first heavy rainfall we suffered. And of course, we are going around to several of them. The government is going to hurriedly work on the drainage system, but the most important thing is to plead with the federal government to come to our aid. This damage is causing much.
Other local government areas affected by the downpour include Lamrude, Demsa, Numan and Gire local government areas. Also, farmlands have been washed away and villages submerged by floodwater.
Retirees under the aegis of the local government pensioners in Ogun State are protesting non-payment of 2 months' pension arrears by the state government. Now, the pensioners who are from 12 local government areas of the state laid siege at the office of the Commissioner for Finance, Mr. Adewale Oshinawo, for payment of their arrears. After a closed-door meeting between the pensioners and officials of the state government, the Commissioner expressed regrets that part of the pensions had been paid by the government but was being delayed by the banks.
Pensioners are beginning to bear the brunt of the economic downturn, especially those who retired under state civil service. Benue and Ogun State top the list. Pensioners from 23 local council areas of Benue State are demanding to be included in the data capturing exercise so they can partake in the monthly pension scheme.
During your government, that's the tenure of your government, 62 retirees have died.
Governor said he was hearing the program for the first time and he heard it just 6 weeks back. And that he will look for all the resources, all the avenue, from every corner and nook to pay off.
Then the Deputy Governor of the state, Mr. Benson Abono, gives them a cheery news.
The governor has directed that whoever is your chairman should join the team, the government team, that will make sure that in the shortest possible time, you people will be placed on pension.
Very careful. You are not doing the right thing. Don't you know you are coming to our end tomorrow?
In the southwest, retirees from 20 local government areas of Ogun State have registered their presence at the office of the Commissioner for Finance to demand for their 2 months entitlement.
Before, we have been taking our pension between 15th and 18th because we had 1 month pension advance being rolled over for years. We are asking for both May and June pensions because within the last 60 days, I'm saying it on honor, more than 60 pensioners had died avoidable deaths because they had nothing to buy drugs, they could not feed well.
They were then invited for a closed-door meeting, after which he expressed regret about their situation.
The salaries they were talking about, as at yesterday, we've paid, and the funds are already transferred to all the banks to pay them.
The pensioners say for as long as they have life, hope keeps them going, and they are hopeful that their arrears will be paid as soon as possible.
When we come back on the program, President Muhammadu Buhari flags off the Kaduna Green Project. We'll bring you details of that and more after this. Join us again.